Sponsored by the Montana Television Network. This is the 530 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jeanelle. Slade. Jay is off tonight. It's high waters along the High Line, and they are just getting deeper. As winter melts away, conditions for both people and livestock can quickly turn from dangerous to deadly in just a matter of inches. Now, that's a lesson from a woman trapped in treacherous waters east of Shelby. This harrowing video captured Tuesday night when a pair of brothers from Kalispell spotted the woman in trouble along Highway 2. A Facebook post about the incident states, "Without hesitation, Seth McCullum jumped into the water and swam to the car. The car was almost completely submerged when McCullum pulled the woman to safety." And on the weather front, Bob, as we just saw, these higher temperatures are not always wonderful, fun and games.
No, that's right. Well, of course, and this is what we tell folks. Turn around, don't drown, because you don't know how deep the water is, or if the roadway has been washed away. Now, let's get right to it and show you what's happening. Remember, yesterday, the governor, he issued a flooding state of emergency for 7 counties along the High Line, the city of Chester, and also on the Fort Belknap Indian Reservation. That continues today, obviously, due to high waters. Now, let me show you what else we have. We have flood advisories, flood warnings in that area, mostly due to snowmelt. But now, look at this. There's a new place. Lodge Creek is almost at flood stage right now, and the Milk River, that's at 25.5 feet. Flood stage is only 23 feet. It's actually a 1.5 feet out of the riverbanks right now, so it is flooding across that area as well. And how much more snow and moisture and water equivalency is caught up in that stuff? Well, up along the High Line, it's like 168% of normal. There's still plenty of snow up there to melt, and all that's got to go somewhere. It's going to be going into the rivers and streams. It looks like this flooding season is going to stick around for a little while. Jeanelle?
All right, thanks so much, Bob. Well, major melting turned into a dangerous night for Wyoming authorities. Take a look at this. Parts of the Chief Joseph Scenic Highway slid out Thursday evening. It's the same spot on Wyoming Highway 296 where a slide took out part of the road last year. At last check, one lane of the road is open tonight. The moisture-soaked hillside will likely remain unstable throughout the melting season, but officials hope for no more damage. 5 years ago, Billings Flight Service pushed the envelope of helicopter aviation. It became the first commercial owner-operators of CH-47 Chinooks. Now, since then, the behemoth twin-rotor choppers owned by brothers Gary and Al Blaine have flown the globe. Now the company is pushing that envelope once again. Q2 chief photographer Paul Humphrey takes us to the skies to show us why these Billings helicopters could quickly become the most sought-after firefighting resource in the country.
That was one of the first ever water drops from a CH-47 Chinook helicopter. Built to deploy troops and equipment for the United States military, these 6-blade workhorses now have a new mission. Billings Flying Service has been battling blazes with their Chinooks for 4 years, using a bucket to dip into lakes, ponds, and streams to douse the flames. But using a bucket on an airframe the size of a Chinook posed a problem.
The trouble with the Chinook is that we have a bucket hanging underneath, sometimes 150 to 200 feet underneath of the helicopter. And with the regulations that are in place, you're not necessarily allowed to fly over houses and cities and towns, populated areas, with that bucket. Clearly, that hinders our ability to fight fires.
So to solve the problem,
we have decided to put a tank inside of the helicopter.
But that created a new problem.
There isn't one that exists, so we had to design one.
Billings Flying Service didn't simply put a tank in their choppers. They developed and created the first ever tank and snorkel system for a Chinook helicopter. That system includes hydraulics independent of the helicopter's hydraulics, a disbursement pump, foam actuator, retardant intake nozzles, and one-of-a-kind bomb bay doors engineered to let the pilot evenly disperse water or retardant.
Our doors, depending on what kind of fire you're fighting, whether it be a house fire or a long grass fire or a single tree burning in the woods, you want to have a little bit different drop pattern for every one.
And the innovation doesn't stop with the hardware. These birds are also updated with new satellite technology.
It also has what we call telemetry. It immediately sends a message to the Forest Service how much water this helicopter dipped out of a pond and where we actually put that water.
With their repurposed warbirds equipped as modernized air tankers, the Blaines are confident their investment will pay off, because the fire bosses on the ground want their helicopters in the air.
With the Chinook, we're generally the first call to the fire. They get the best piece of equipment out there early and fast, and this is clearly it.
In Billings, Paul Humphrey, MTN News.
Very cool. Thanks so much, Paul. Now, the FAA was in Billings this week to inspect and approve the modified aircraft. Gary Blaine says formal written approval could be as early as the first week of May. The names of 3 Billings police officers disciplined for having sex with a former city employee on city property will be released Monday. This information confirmed to Q2 today by our media partner, Last Best News. The online news site reports Police Chief Rich St. John says 2 of the 3 officers had sex with the woman while on duty, and all 3 incidents took place on city property. The woman, Ralyn Strizich, was fired 3 months after she admitted to stealing drug evidence from the police department. She admitted she took hundreds of pills from evidence. The officers face either 1 or 2 week suspensions without pay, but their commanders get to choose when those suspensions will be served. A new study that highlights the health and economic benefits of expanded Medicaid in Montana, the focus today at Riverstone Health. Montana Governor Steve Bullock was on hand to lead a roundtable discussion and listen to local lawmakers, health providers, doctors, and administrators. The message: Montana's expanded Medicaid program is returning huge dividends to the state, not only in terms of jobs and personal income growth, but also represents a significant investment in Montana's health and well-being. Governor Bullock says it's a made in Montana solution that other states are now looking to replicate.
And it's been great that we've been able to, through this program, like through the upLynk program, been able to demonstrate here's the difference it can make in individual lives. Here's the difference it can make in keeping rural providers sustained and alive. Here's the difference it can make with our 17 primary care community health centers. And we've been able to do it in a unique Montana way.
I think the biggest issue is that this program is working economically, it's good business, it's good medicine, it's changing people's lives, and it's good for our state. What we need is time to continue to see the full benefit of it.
And my hope is that people will understand that any one of us could be diagnosed with a serious health care issue. The question is, do we have insurance to cover it? And too many people, if we do away with Medicaid expansion, 100,000 no longer have that coverage. And in the end, that cost gets shifted to somebody else because those people will receive services too many times in emergency rooms when we could do preventive health care and save ourselves hundreds of thousands of dollars.
The future of expanded Medicaid will likely come before the 2019 legislature, but there's already an effort to put the issue up for vote this fall. Initiative 185, now approved for signature gathering, proposes an increase in state tobacco taxes to fund Medicaid expansion into the future. Now, today, Governor Bullock said he wholeheartedly supports the initiative, noting that Montana tobacco taxes have not been increased since 2004. Still to come on tonight's 5:30 News. A labor of love is serving up sweet connections between kids and veterans. We'll show you. And in sports, Scott sets up the PBR with Montana bull rider Matt Triplett in studio. Is he healthy enough to come back this weekend?
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.